Mic check. We're good.
Mic check 710. Oh, I'm here double fisted all night.
Trying to get lit tonight or what? What
just
is happening?
happened.
What is happening?
I brought alcohol and then she brought alcohol. I was already drinking when she brought hers.
Brought, and she was like making it.
I couldn't turn it down. You can't turn down somebody's alcohol. You can't do that. So
Only Jacob.
Bottle, bro.
He wanted to bring a bottle.
Yeah, he said you forgot it.
Probably a good thing, bro.
Yeah. Keep it away from Jacob.
because I had 2 of mine and 2 of hers. And this is the 3rd one of mine. What a day. It's an amazing
Ready.
day. That's hers.
And we are live. You can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Kick, and Rumble. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So we're just going to go into it right now. I'm Jacob Casas.
This is Ambition.
Cat baby.
Melanie.
And we have a very special guest in the Howlers Den today. The champ is here, Manny Tapia.
What up? What up?
Why don't you, for the people that don't know who you are, Manny, why don't you tell them a little bit about who you are and what you do?
So currently, I'm one of the co-owners of Millennium MMA. We have 3 locations actually. We have one in Chino, California, which I mainly run that one. We have one in Rancho Cucamonga, which my partner mainly runs that one, and then we have one in Day Creek, Arizona, and my buddy Josh runs that one. But
Nice. How long have you had your first one?
well, it originally started in Pomona, downtown Pomona.
wow.
It was
Okay.
a fucking dungeon, dude. It was like, I don't know if you guys ever seen Bloodsport.
Yep.
Yeah.
But when my buddy first took me to that gym, you had to walk downstairs. The fucking lights were fucking like twitching, and then I just saw a cage panel, and people were just beating the shit out of each other, and I was like, "Fuck, this is crazy." And then one day I went in there, and something happened that never happened in my life until that day, and I got fucked up.
You had a like a match with someone, or what
no,
do you mean?
I just well, you know, I tried.
Yeah, why don't you tell them the first, because this is a cool story. Everybody has this story that's done MMA has the first story when they walk into an MMA gym thinking they were badass. We all have that story, and we get fucked up. Why don't you tell them about that story, Manny? Why don't you tell them?
Well, I never got fucked up in my life, bro.
You were a street fighter, huh?
Yeah, like I beat everybody up always. That's why my friend took me there, dude. And he was like, "Hey, bro, like you'll be good at this." And you think you know how to fight till you fight somebody, or you're working out with someone that knows how to fight, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like being fucking chest in my face, fucking ass in my face, fucking being twisted up and shit. Like it was a whole different world, bro. And I fell in love, and I went back ever since. And I started out as a student, and I'm part owner.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
Hey,
That's dope.
Long journey, bro.
Congratulations on that.
So a lot of the MMA guys that come in here, they always talk about that first leg kick that they ever had, like where they did never do a leg kick would do that shit to them. How did that feel?
You know what? For me, I'm like one of the Diaz brothers, bro. Like you kick me, I'm like, I'll take it, bro. Like.
But did your leg fly? Did you know how to stand? Did you know all that shit yet?
Well, because I would watch a lot of Bloodsport. And,
Okay.
And then don't you like when they go for the leg? Don't you kind of like you kind of move with it too, so it doesn't hurt as much?
Well,
No,
Obviously,
yeah,
you don't
that's
want to
actually wrong. Not move with it.
Oh.
You're supposed to- that's the opposite.
You go into
actually.
Really?
it.
Yeah, you're supposed to go right into
Oh,
it.
okay,
you wanna
okay.
Yeah,
check it.
yeah.
But
You go into it, you fall on the ground. You know what I mean? You're like, that's the wrong thing to do, actually.
yeah,
So-
bro, you do a little windmill, bro. Little tornado
little
action, bro.
spin.
No, this dude, he's the owner of the gym because this dude's a freaking badass fighter. Like, he's been known in the game forever. I remember when I was young and I would see him, I'd be like, oh, damn, that's Manny Tapia. Everybody'd be like, that's Manny. I'd be like, what's up, Manny? You always want to be like, what's up, Manny? And he's
Yeah.
like, he was like, hey, what's up, guys? You know, but like,
Very humble.
It was a trip, though. Like, this dude's a bad dude. Like, it's crazy. That's why when we ran into him, let's just give him the story a little bit for the viewers.
I had heard his name before because I grew up when people used to, like at family parties, we used to bet on his like fights. So
Oh, yeah,
not
yeah.
we. I mean the grown-ups used to bet on the fights, you know.
Kids
So
bet too. Kids
I
bet
had-
too.
Yeah, they have kid-friendly bets.
I had heard of him, but I didn't
Push-ups.
know that was him until Jacob pointed it
Well,
out.
I didn't know it was him because I haven't seen him in a long time, and we weren't even we were just doing our thing, and we were sitting there, and I'm like, we were talking about it right before this, and I'm like, damn, you look familiar, and he's like, oh, I just have that face. He said something like that to me, and I'm like, damn, who is this guy? How do I know him? And I'm like looking at him, and then somebody said his name. Like, what did you say? How did it go?
No, I was like, I'm Manny, by the way. Nice to meet you guys. I introduced myself, and then he was like, Manny, you're Manny Tapia.
Yeah, I was like, you're Manny Tapia. Holy fucking shit, you're a legend.
clicked,
He really
it
is a
clicked.
fucking legend. Like
Yeah.
okay, so right after we left, we went to a bar right after. And there was all these like younger like dudes there. And he was just chilling like at the bar, and this whole fucking table walks up to him. And they're like, hey Manny, like
a little
he's the
celebrity,
teacher.
okay.
Like he's the like, hey Manny, how you doing? Like they treat him like, because he's a professor. That's what they call the MMA guy. I mean, for jiu-jitsu, they call him professors.
I just call me Manny.
Oh, they call you Manny?
Yeah, I tell them don't call me.
So they're like,
coach.
hey, how you
call me
doing? You
coach.
know, and so they respect him, you know,
Right.
and
What's the highlight that got you to that point where, like, oh, you kind of made it in a sense? Like, what was the highlight fight or match that you had that got you to that moment?
So, I was going to school. I was going to school to be an RN.
Oh, okay.
I was already accepted to the program. I was working at UPS for about 8 years, and then I was already at the time I was the King of the Cage champ, and I just decided to quit. I quit my job, I quit school, I quit everything, and I put money on myself.
Nice.
I mean, I was struggling, man. I would go to friends' houses and fucking eat fucking food. You know what I mean? Like, I quit everything just to bet on myself, and it paid off.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
So that's good.
I feel like a lot of people that go through that like success, that are successful, go through that same struggle, and you'd be surprised. Like a lot of us do.
You gotta struggle. If you don't struggle, struggle's good. You know what I mean? It builds character. It makes you the person that you are.
Right,
you know?
right.
And speaking of character, Manny, so you are a legend fighting. We know that, right? But I was
wouldn't
looking
say
through your
that.
profile.
I was all right. You know?
nah, he's
No,
badass,
you are.
period.
Let
Like,
the-
Well,
let
that's
people
what I
speak.
want to know. Like the highlight. Like, what was the highlight? Like
he's so humble.
highlight
but
match
he's a
that you
bad
had.
motherfucker.
Who was it against, or
Well,
like
what
you
I
know?
was gonna say is like speaking on character and looking through your profile, seeing all the work that you do with kids now in the millennial MMA
Yeah.
that you have going on. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great. So can you tell us like a highlight, maybe with what started you to like want to work with kids? Like what maybe?
I
start
did
from
not want to work with kids. Like when my partner was like, "You gotta start coaching and this and that," and I was just like, "Man!" And then I enjoyed it, and then I started working with the kids, and I was like, "Dude, like you could impact some of these kids. Like you could change because you never know what people are going through, right?"
Yeah, definitely.
So I make sure I tell them, I'm like, I want to see your report cards. I want to make sure you guys are doing good. Here and there, I do like affirmations with them
Nice.
where I will be like, okay, repeat after me. And some days it changes, right? Depending on what I see going on. But I always try to send some type of a life lecture to them, right?
Yeah, motivational.
Yeah, so a lot of times I'll be like, repeat after me, and I'll be like, okay, and you'll hear them say, I am great. I am smart. There's no problem. There's no issue I can't solve. I am worthy. I am a champion. You know, like I just have them.
You're speaking into existence.
Yeah, man, kids. And actually, a week and a half ago, I had a parent come up to me, and she was like, kind of teary-eyed, and she's like, Manny, she's like, Coach, she's like, thank you. And I'm like, why? She's like, you don't understand. She's like, I was walking by, and my son, he was working the problem, and he couldn't figure it out. And then I just heard him repeating, saying, I am smart. There's no problem, no issue I cannot solve. And that got me. I was like,
Nice.
bro.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, like, you don't know.
It's important, you
Yeah.
know, to especially because when you're working with little minds, it's like their minds are soaking all of that up. So it's always good to put something good in you know, in their head to kind of like repeat to themselves and just kind of uplift them too.
And I say that because I never had that. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, really?
I never had nothing. No, you know, we were old school Mexican. You know, you're like, cállate, pendejo. Go give me a beer. You know, like, you know, it's just different. You know, we don't. A lot in the Mexican, Hispanic, well, in the Mexican culture, I would say, right? A lot of times, like, vete pa' allá, pendejo, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, yeah, you know, you get smacked, you get hit. You know,
Yeah.
It's a little rough.
it could be, you know what I mean? It could be, but hey, every time I got hit, I deserved it, bro. So I'm not even gonna lie, dude. Like I deserved my beatings, right? My dad be like, pick your branch, and I'd be like, you always get like a thick one, bro, or a thin one, thinking it's gonna hurt.
Thinking it's gonna work.
No, well, the thin ones hurt the most, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, bro. Good
So-
times.
What else got you into like investing in the gyms and all that? Just kind of working with kids? Is it more like adult training?
I had a little bit of money at the time, and there was a partner leaving, and they voted me in to take over his spot,
Nice.
right? Because at the time there was like 5 partners, right? And then it went to 4 partners.
Mm.
Then we just kept buying them out. And then 3 partners.
Oh, damn.
Then 2 partners. Now it's just me and Romy. And
Oh, it's just you and Romy now?
Yeah, and it's staying that
dang.
way, bro. It's staying that way. It's
So the gyms are actually progressively moving in a positive direction.
oh man,
Romy's another badass
yeah,
dude.
Romy's he's the guy that took a chance on me. You know what I mean? Like I said, like I quit work, I quit everything, so I couldn't afford to train. Well, at the time I was already training. My bad. I take that back, right? But I was working at UPS, going to school full time, and I went up to my partner Romy, and I was like, "Hey, bro, like I can't afford to train no more." And at the time, I was one of the only 3 guys that were representing the gym, like competing in whatever tournaments, whatever. And he was like, "Hey, don't worry about." There was 3 partners at that time. This was in Pomona, the Kumite, bro. This was the Kumite, right? And he's like, "Nah, don't worry about it, man. I'm gonna talk to the guys. You just keep coming in." And then about like 2 months later, 3 months later, bro, I had pretty much it was a bare knuckle fight, bro. And T. Ortiz was the referee.
Oh,
I followed, yeah, bro. It was no gloves, bro. It was in Huntington Beach. It was bro. It was insane, bro. It was fun.
So when he was doing that during that time, that was like the most brutal time of MMA.
Yeah.
Like people UFC wasn't even big or nothing like that. There was nothing going on with UFC. That was like the training. So when I got in, when I first did MMA, he actually was cutting my hair at the time. So I was at the Shark Tank, right? He knows Eddie Millis. They all know each other, everything, right? So I would go in all beat up and all that shit. Me and my brother, but his time was actually, so we're second generation Shark Tank, right? He was around first generation of all that. That was like the most brutal time ever. Like it was crazy. When I came in, it was brutal.
What do you mean by brutal?
Like everybody just got fucked up. Like bad. Like
because you guys
bad.
were all beginners,
no,
like
no, it doesn't matter how badass you are. There's always there's just everybody's fighting. So everybody's just bad. Like you're always gonna fight someone better, and then you just get fucked up, and then you fight. It just doesn't end. So it's just constant sparring, like over and over and over, like for like a fucking hour.
Dang, that's crazy.
Of just sparring.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was just brutal. So like he's another kind of beast. Like the pain that we went through was just crazy. But he's first generation,
Right.
and that's way crazier than what I was doing. And then there's third generation. They always talk about first, second, third generation. But after that, it just kind of like it's all calmer. It's not as crazy as it used to be.
Weight classes, everything's regulated.
Yeah.
Fucking, they make sure you.
Like he would fight like a fucking beast, giant. Like
yes.
yes,
My bare knuckle fight,
Yes.
bro. I fought a big dude, bro.
dude, there'll be fucking giants. And like, there was nothing. Like everybody just fought everybody.
No weight class. You just
It was
fighting whatever's
crazy.
there.
Yeah, it was wild, man. It was fucking wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so when I was training, because that was a long time ago. So MMA, like Millennia and Shark Tank were kind of rivals back then. Yeah, they were big time rivals and shit. But I would always run into a lot of Millennia guys. And they'd be like, "Fuck Shark Tank," and I'd be like, "No. This is young. These are young though." And I'd be like, "Dude, what does it matter?" And then we end up drinking and partying together.
Yeah.
Like it was all cool after that. Like we'd be all like, "Oh, whatever," and like we just started partying. And so we all would just hang out. Like, and then later on, nobody cared. Like after that, everybody was friends and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
But it was wild back then. Like it was just crazy, huh? It was literally like no holds bar type shit. Like
Good times, man. Good
Yeah, it
times.
was.
You know what I mean?
Do you
Good
miss
times.
fighting?
I forget that I used to fight until like people bring it up to me.
How long has it been since you last fought, or were in the?
Last night? No, I'm kidding.
Shit, last night.
No, I think 2013, 2014 was my last fight,
time?
and that was the main event here at the Toyota Center right here.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it was cool. It was kind of like a farewell to all my fans. I didn't know it was gonna be my last fight, but I kind of knew.
Oh, really?
'Cause it started feeling like a job.
Uh,
Right?
Was it fun anymore?
Yeah, it's like you could hear the crowd. You could hear like you're beating the guy up, and you see everybody like, hey, I'm like, oh, hey,
He's not playing. This fool's badass. Like he really is.
Yeah, like it just you could hear the whole crowd. You could hear it. I used to like just having that tunnel vision where you just like it's just
Everything is just in front of you. That's
Yeah.
what
In
you
the
focused on.
zone.
yeah.
It was like you were just a fucking beast. You know what I mean? Like what made you? What do you think made you kind of like get out of that? Like okay, I don't want to be just a killer all the time. And now you're more of you're just a trainer, and you just kind of you teach, you mentor the kids, all that. Like
yeah, I never really got out of it because I still spar. I
Well,
still
yeah.
I still like
Always.
to smack people around here and there. You know, like, no,
but you're not trying to kill nobody no more. That's the
no.
difference.
If anything, I like to coach them in a way where I actually get in there with them, and I tell them what they're doing wrong or
Yeah.
how they could fix certain things, right? But as far as like teaching kids and teaching was one of the best things that happened because it just you never know who you could influence.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I had a dude, Cody. He hit me up and one time he pulled me to the side. He was like, "Hey, coach, how many concussions have you had like in your whole career?" And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, maybe in my whole career, maybe like 2 for sure that I could kind of like remember that I was like, "Fuck, what day is it?" You know what I mean? Luckily, they all happened in practice, right?
So you never got a concussion in fight?
Nah. Yeah.
Your trainer wouldn't let you, huh?
Yeah,
Back then it's like that though.
Yeah,
You're not
no,
allowed to have a concussion.
yeah,
nah.
bro. No. I just for me, like my style was like, fuck the time limit. Like, go to the knockout or till the guy quits. That's just my
Right.
mentality, dude. Like, I don't.
If you were to see his
I'll-
fights, they were
I'll-
fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was willing to fucking just battle it out. you know?
What do you feel like was one of your greatest fights that you feel like?
I had a couple really good fights. You know, I think my first real good fight was when I signed with WEC, which was the UFC for little guys, right? And I was a fan of this guy, and I always knew I was like, man, like I feel like I'm gonna fight this guy one day, and I was intimidated by him, dude. Right? I was a little intimidated, and then I found out like whatever. I don't want to say it, right? But then I found out that he might be bisexual or whatever, right? And then I was like, oh, bro, I can't lose I can't lose to this guy, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And then I was like, because I was a fan of him, whatever, dude. And I was like, and he almost took my back, bro, for a little bit.
You're
you
like,
know?
damn, hell nah.
I almost took your back, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. And so, but nah, bro.
I love this
I
dude.
won, bro. You know what I mean? I won, bro.
So you almost got me.
Yeah. But I was a fan of this guy. You know what I mean? He trained with the legendary dude, right? He, Chuck Liddell was like his trainer. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're like best. Yeah, dude. So, you know, it's a little intimidating when you're fighting somebody. Chuck Liddell's in your corner, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, no, I beat him, right? But yeah, that dude, like, I was a fan of his style. He was a badass dude. He was really, really good, and I trained like my ass off for that fight only because I was a fan of him, right? And
But you also knew your competition, so you're like, he's so good.
yeah,
like,
he was like at the time he was ranked like 6 in the world,
oh dang.
and I was ranked like 8 in the world or something like that.
Mm,
So I had to beat him, and I beat him.
dang.
You know what I mean?
So when you were fighting and you were in that realm, when it was time to train, how did you start your mornings out?
Bro, I am not a morning guy.
How did you start your days out?
Yeah, I will wake up. No, but when I would train, I would wake up early, like around 5 o'clock, just to eat. And I would cook some eggs or whatever, and then I'll go take a nap. Because I don't know how people could eat and go train like right after.
Yeah,
like,
no.
some
I
people do
throw
that.
up.
Yeah, dude, I can't do that. I have to let
Especially
it
on a
sit.
full stomach, yeah.
Yeah, and then I will go. I would never eat like a big meal. I eat like
No,
just
yeah.
something to burn, right? And then I'll go do CrossFit or whatever, a CrossFit workout. And then I'll go to 24 hours. I'll shower, boom, 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 go home, eat again, take a nap. Then I'll wake up like 2 hours later. Then I'll go spar. Boom. So now it's about 1 in 12:30. 12:30.
Oh, so you did the 12 o'clock classes?
Yes.
Yeah, I was
So
doing the
go-
12 too.
Yeah. Go spar. That's or pro practice, and it was hard sparring.
All the
Like,
badasses trained at 12.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the
Well,
fucking
It was
brutal.
a pro class. The pro
Yeah,
practice. Right?
that was brutal classes,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, it's sparring mainly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then boom, and then I'll go home, and I'll go home, I'll eat again, take a nap, and then I'll go to 24-hour fitness, and I'll either swim and like I'll end up the night with like either swimming, or running like 3 miles, and then hit the sauna. You know, that's how I would always like every day, like Monday through Saturday, and Sunday was like a chill day. I didn't do nothing
I
on
love
Sundays.
the sauna.
Oh,
Isn't there like a strategy to working out? Like you go in, you get your heart rate up, you get your sweat on, and then you go in the sauna.
well, yeah. So that's why I would run, or then I'll swim, and then I'll go in the sauna, and then just relax. And I'll be in the sauna for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Until you can't
sometimes.
breathe no more.
Oh, it gets hot. Yeah, you take a break, then you come back in, and you come back in.
Yeah, I get claustrophobic in the sauna. Like, I can max 10, 15 minutes. Like, I'm done. I gotta go. It takes a minute for me to warm up because it's just like, it's so much at once. And if you're not used to it, I get claustrophobic. I'm like, oh my God, I
Dude,
can't breathe.
it's so good.
I
for
like
your
to
breathe.
drip
too.
sweat.
Oh, I love it.
Like
I
I like
love
to
the sauna.
watch the water drops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or sweat drops. Yeah.
Yeah. Love it, bro. Love the
That's
sauna.
funny.
I do miss that part, but
Do you still do that? Like at all? Like do you? No.
dude, I
The gym's the thing.
Yeah, I just coach mainly. When I I spar. I spar with the guys on Wednesdays, and not hard sparring, just to move around.
Right.
Yeah, it's viejito, you know. I'm old now, bro.
Nah.
No,
Speak life into yourself.
Yeah, no, I'm old, you know. But I mean, I'm blessed, you know, because I'm able to help people out to whether
Right.
achieve their goals and whatnot, you know. Oh, going back to that one guy, anyways, he called me and he was like, because of you, I became a doctor because I didn't have any concussions.
Tell us, who was that again?
Oh, shoot.
So his name was Cody, right? He lives in San Diego. I think his girlfriend he was messaging me through his girlfriend's profile. I'm like, I don't know this girl. Like, who is this? And she's pretty, you know what I mean? She's a pretty girl. And then he's like, hey, this is Cody, yada, yada, yada. And going back to, he was like, because I got like 6 concussions just this year.
Oh, wow.
So I pulled him to the side.
Oh, so you gave him a concussion?
No.
Oh.
He put me to the side, and I was like, dude, I'm like, I want maybe in my career I've had like 3 concussions, dude, 2 to 3. And you got like 6 this year, bro. Like
That's a
not
lot.
good.
yeah, bro. No bueno, bro. So
Yeah.
And once you kind of get like knocked out too, or a concussion, it just keeps coming. The concussions just keep
easier.
coming.
Yeah, easier.
Yeah,
It's
so you
easier.
don't want to get knocked out too.
Yeah.
Our concussions, because it's like, fuck, man, now you're always gonna get knocked out. It seems like it's kind of like a thing, you know?
One thing you can't train is your chin.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Either you have a chin or you don't.
yeah.
You know, and the older you get and the more you get hit, it just starts chipping away, and it does get easier to get knocked out. At least I feel. I ain't no doctor, nothing like that, bro. I was going to RN school, bro. You know what I mean? but yeah, don't take my medical advice, guys.
So Cody hit you up, right? And he was like telling you how you changed his life.
Yeah, he told me he became a doctor. He's like, because I pulled him to the side and I was like, hey, dude, this fight ain't for you, bro. Like it ain't.
Yeah, if you're gonna get like, that's a lot of
Yeah,
concussions,
right.
dude. That can like really
Become a
fuck up
doctor.
your life. You can be can fuck you up like bad.
Long term, man.
Yeah, it's like, why? What's the point? Like, shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah.
Is there anybody that you can say that you feel like you're like that's still possibly fighting now that you're like, damn, I did that. Like I helped do that.
Well, we just had Tatiana Suarez fight for the women's world title. You know what I mean? She's a gangster, man. And I would straight from work. I'd go and I was when she was at Millennia, I was her main sparring partner.
Wow.
You know, I would push her to that limit of exhaustion, right? And she's such a hard worker. She's gonna be champion one of these days. You know what I mean? It didn't work out on this run, but she definitely has what it takes. You know, she's been in the top 3 in the UFC for years. You know, and she's just an amazing athlete. She's a workhorse. She doesn't know. She's opposite of me. I was lazy, bro. I was like, I'll fight, boom, go party. Boom, boom, boom,
That's how it was back then,
bro,
though.
yeah, like
Everybody, we'd be all getting drunk as hell and then training the next day hungover, not giving a damn. Like, it was crazy.
I don't understand how people can do that. Like, they'll drink one night. I knew a girl one time. We were out, we were partying, and we all were drinking. And then the next morning, she got up and she went for a run. I was like, I'm hungover. How are you running? Like, and she was this fit little girl, you know, like.
Well, back in the day, it was easier, but
But
now
she
it's
wasn't like a
fuck
fighter.
that.
She was just an average, you know, normal girl. But I was just like, I don't understand.
You know Jamie Fletcher.
Yeah,
Fletcher. Okay, so he was my other trainer, right?
Yeah.
So one
Jamie.
day I went in there and he's like, and I was the only one that showed up that day in the morning. It was like 12 o'clock, right?
You're the one, huh?
So he's like, hey, we're sparring, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm all like feeling good, refreshed, all that shit. I'm sparring with them, and afterwards he's like, man, he goes, I was so hungover today. He goes, I was trying to knock you out that you showed up.
Really?
Because the fact that you showed up, I wanted to knock you out. You did so good today. Because I was just fucking going at it with them the whole time, right?
And he's tough,
And-
bro.
oh,
He's
dude,
tough.
yeah.
He's tough.
But he goes, dude, I was so pissed that you showed up because I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out today for showing up. I was dying laughing. I was like, dude, that's messed up.
Making me
like,
work out,
damn,
bro.
dude, like what the fuck, dude? That's messed up. You trying to knock me out? I was like, well, damn, I feel good about it, then. Like, I did good today. Like, damn. So I wanted to knock you out today. I was so hungover. I was partying all night. That was one of the funniest stories I've ever said, dude. I was like, damn.
You were the only body there, bro. Yeah.
I was like, where's everybody at today? Like, nobody showed up. You know what I mean? It was crazy.
When I'm sick or hungover, that's when I go to the gym the most because I feel like the only way is to sweat it out. Gotta sweat that shit out.
I don't go to the gym.
Well, you're also allergic to vegetables.
Jamie was my boy, man. Jamie, I was training with him. I remember there was like a few months, a lot of people were showing up, and it was just me and him for a while.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He was tough, very knowledgeable too.
Yeah, he's good. He's good, man. He's the guy that showed me how to check a kick. Because I was getting kicked so much, dude, and I was like, what the fuck? Why are my legs flying everywhere?
Yeah.
And I go, dude, I can't figure this out. And he's like, show me. And he started showing me how to check the kick. And I was like, all right. And I just kept coming back. Because, back then he was like, motherfuckers just didn't come back. Like, they'd come there and then they would just never come back because it was just brutal. I wasn't expecting to walk in there and get fucked up the first day. You know what I mean? Like, damn, this guy, Albert.
What did you think was
going to
happen the first day?
I thought I was going to beat everybody's ass. I used to box. I did all kinds of shit. I was like, I'm going to come here and fuck everybody up. Like, I thought I was badass.
And you got a wake-up call.
Dude, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Dude, I still
couldn't
get my
even
ass
believe
kicked,
it.
bro. I still get my ass kicked, bro. Look, to this day, bro. There's always somebody bigger. Like,
Yeah, there's always.
Larkin, bro. Look at Lorenz
Yes,
Larkin.
Lorenz a crazy
that
badass
dude's
motherfucker.
one of
man.
the best
He was on the
players.
pod, yeah.
Dude, he's one
He
of-
trains over there.
Yeah, bro. He is the nicest,
Yeah.
most
Not in the gym, though.
calmest, like- no, he even in the gym.
Well, yeah, I'm
he
saying
just-
fighting, though.
He's just very technical.
He's badass.
He's fucking amazing.
He does some
man.
crazy shit
Oh,
when he
yeah,
fights, too.
he's great,
Shit you don't
bro.
expect.
He has beat up legends, bro.
Yes,
Like
yes.
legit.
In your career, is there somebody that you wanted to fight that you didn't get a chance to fight?
Fuck, I wanted to fight everybody, bro.
He was crazy back then.
He said, I wanted all the smoke.
He was just like,
I wanted
rah!
everything."
He was really like that.
Yeah. I never ducked one fight. Even though like I knew some matches probably weren't the best for me, I never fucking said, because some camps they'll be like, oh, we'll just wait this one, or nah, fuck that. Like I'm gonna be the
I want
champion. I'm gonna be the champion of the world. I gotta get through him anyways. So fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's
If you were in your prime right now and you could fight somebody, Who would you want to fight?
Shit, I'll find him right now anyway.
I was gonna say that.
He's like, I am in my prime. What you mean?
No, I mean like I'm talking about like in UFC. Like if you were like in your prime and
Hey,
you,
I'll hang in the UFC right now.
I
Bro.
know.
I will
We
hang,
know.
bro. I will be. I'm not saying I'll be like in the top 5 or 10, but I'll be like in the 20s, bro. Right now, bro. Because they got a big roster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know they do.
I know how serious it is now, and I know.
And a lot of it's crazy because a lot of those guys too, like, dude, you guys were a whole different kind of beast back then. They don't train like they did back then. A lot of the guys, you know.
Who's one of the type fighters right now in the UFC?
Man, there's so many.
I know.
Yeah, there's
like,
a lot of them. It's
There's
crazy.
so
They
many,
just keep
like,
coming.
Yeah,
too.
they just keep coming, bro.
It's a big turnover.
Bro, they have the most people under the roster. Like they have signed like over 700 people on
damn,
the with
that's
all the way.
crazy.
Yeah, dude. And they're all fucking badasses. You know, they're all about it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean, and now they're sending more people like from the Middle East. Like, man, those guys could grapple, bro. They will like all the Khabibs and
Yeah.
bro. These guys.
So your fighting style, were you more of a fighter, or did you kind of have the grappling aspect too?
So I was a black belt. Well, I was a purple belt. My main thing was grappling.
Mhm.
And when I was fighting for King of the Cage, I would take everybody down, just beat the shit out of them. Or I'd try to beat the shit out of them. But no, I beat them up, right? and then-
He's not joking.
yeah, and then when I got signed with WEC, which was that was a UFC, it was Zuffa Promotions. All my contracts at WEC/UFC, yada yada yada, right? When I went with them, it was just everybody was a fucking animal, bro. It was monsters,
Hungry.
bro. Yeah, hungry. You know, but fuck, I lost track. What was that? But yeah, dude, like it just when I went over there, it's just an amazing. Like if I would change anything, I would have fun with it more. Like I would always cry the night before the fight, and then sometimes like on the way to the fight or the venue, like I would like you'll see me just fucking start fucking just like.
Emotions is
shit.
running.
Yeah, because I had like.
Damn, what was going on in your mind? You were troubled for sure.
You know, anger you had to get out.
I know how it is though. I know what you're talking about because you were just like, dude, that's wild.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
wild.
Well, you know what it was at that time. I didn't want to disappoint anybody because I had a big following, bro. I had like a lot of fans.
No,
And-
huge.
So when you were fighting, this was before social media is where it's at now, correct?
Well, it was really but it was. I don't even think there's Facebook.
No,
yet,
there
bro.
wasn't even
no
Facebook.
It was still like MySpace
He-
or whatever.
but he-
MySpace.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Got your top fives.
yeah.
And that was actually there wasn't even MySpace. Actually, it came a little later. Like when he was a fucking badass. Yeah, like when he was fighting. Yeah. So yeah, it's just crazy, man. His man, it's just crazy. Like that's why when I seen him, I was like, fuck. Like I remember like him like swear to God, me and my brother all because we were all like young, and we see him walk by. That's fucking Manny Tapia. Like, oh shit! Like there's like a group of them. There's like
Keep
a whole
saying
group.
Tapia, and I keep thinking about Bad Boys every time you say Tapia.
Oh yeah.
the mobster guy.
Johnny Tapia. Every time you say Tapia, I be like, that's all I think about.
But there's a group of them, right? And he was like one of the group that just walked by. You're like, oh shit, like, and then you're like, oh, I want to go see him spar. So then you go and you chill and you watch him spar and all that shit. You're like, oh shit. I remember like when I first would watch these guys spar, because I used to fight in the street all the time. I did boxing, I did kung fu, I did all this other shit.
Did
So
you say wrestling too, or no? That's your.
yeah, I did that too. But I was like, I thought it was badass. I never got beat up in the street at all. And then when I joined Shark Tank,
Think you're lying.
I was literally like, no, never. I never got beat up in the street. I never got beat up in the streat.
Only in the ring?
Once I joined Shark Tank, it was like the biggest wake up.
Why the fuck you lying?
I got into Shark Tank and it was like, what the fuck is this, dude? Like I couldn't even believe like people can fight like this. Like I had no shot. I feel like I was like 10 years old fighting like a 25-year-old. Like it was like I had no fucking chance with these guys. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? And I never wanted to leave.
I feel like it can be intimidating too. Like for someone that's not really prepared, going into something like that?
Well, I
Like,
mean, I boxed. I thought I was prepared, and I was never not prepared, not even a little bit. It wasn't even a little bit. I literally was getting my ass beat, and I wanted to kill the guy beating my ass, and I couldn't do it. And I remember thinking, like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
Catch him while he's walking to his car.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what is this? And then I never stopped. I went for 10 years. I couldn't even stop after that. Me and my brother we just kept going and going. We got our ass beat for like a good year all the time.
They used to come to the barber shop with black eyes all the damn time.
All the time, yeah. We would go all the time. We were just like, we were like addicted. Like I want to learn this shit. Like I want to learn how to do this. Like how am I getting beat up? Like this doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah. And it's like everything just changed for us, you know. And it was wild. He knows what I'm talking about. Bro. Like it was the coolest thing ever. And like, dude, jiu-jitsu was new. Like I was learning jiu-jitsu, and I was like,
were you guys
what
at
the
the
fuck?
like gymming at the same time at like opposite gyms
Yeah. He was training at the rival gym.
around
Yeah.
the same time?
yeah, same time.
Oh
Well,
my
actually,
God.
he was training before me. Like I started a little later, but I was, it was still rival gyms at that time. Like I said, there's first, second, and third generation. Those are like supposed to be like the top generations, right? I was second, so I wasn't the first. He'd be more first generation during that time.
I ain't no generation, man. Yeah.
Him and Jamie Fletcher and Eddie and all those guys and Romy, like those guys, just a whole different kind of beast. They went through hell. Like the training was crazy back then. I would even hear about it when I was training. Like, oh man, you guys ain't shit. You guys don't even know. Before the first generation, I mean, they were just telling us everything. I was like, dude, that's more brutal than what we're doing. You know, they're trying to be a little nicer to us, and it was still like it didn't even compare.
I fought my first 2 fights for free. You know what I mean? That bare knuckle one and my first King of the Cage.
No pay at all.
Every fight I've ever had has been for free.
I mean, you probably paid a cost somehow, some way.
Yeah.
I owe you. Don't get caught. No.
I did. I went to jail.
Oh yeah.
So
You
tell,
paid,
tell
you
us,
paid.
tell us about like the first smoker, because it had to be a smoker, right? You did a smoker, probably the first fight you ever did. It was bare
Oh
knuckle.
yeah.
Wait, hold on, wait. Before you answer that, can you
What is
explain what
smokers?
you're saying? Because when you
Oh.
said smoker, the first thing I went to
know,
the streets.
like a
I
smoker.
thought I was a crackhead. That's why
Yeah.
I'm like, well,
So
you
why
beat up a
don't you-
crackhead?
why don't you
I didn't know what was going
different
on.
perspective.
Explain what a smoker fight is.
So,
Explain that.
A smoker fight is they do that. It could be an MMA fight. It could be a kickboxing
Boxing.
fight, boxing, right? But it could be like like Jacob, who has like 20 years of experience, could be fighting me, who I have 3 weeks of experience.
Yeah, they didn't give
And
a fuck.
we're just There's no thing. It's not sanctioned. It's just like a way for these guys to make some money. On the side, they're just throwing some fights, getting people together. And
Could be in a warehouse. Could be in a gym.
Yeah, it could be in a chicken coop.
Yeah, it could be something crazy. Yeah.
Not the chicken.
Yeah, it could be, or sometimes you got some good smokers where they actually have 2 guys that are about the same, but it's kind of rare, bro. Normally,
Yeah.
somebody's getting slapped up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. So it's basically just like it's all illegal fights.
yeah, not sanctioned
Yeah.
through the commission.
Okay, that makes sense.
They'd have refs, but they're like gym owners or something.
When you
know
say
what I'm
good
saying?
smoker, I'm like, smoker's going to give me a TV that's brand new or something. I'm thinking about something like that, but
Yeah,
Okay.
no, they so yeah, smokers were cool, and
I was thinking like a smoker fight. I was like, smoker, like, what does that mean?
Well, they do have jujitsu tournaments like that.
Are we gonna
Nah.
get high?
Yeah, they make you smoke a joint now before you do a jujitsu match.
What?
oh.
Oh, well, a lot of jiu-jitsu guys smoke.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
almost
yeah.
every time, like you
I
walk
feel like
in.
a lot of people smoke.
Yes, sir.
She just wants
Yeah.
to talk about that right now. Huh? That's what you want to
A
talk
lot-
about.
a lot of people do.
Because her eyes are hanging a little low right now. You know what I
They've
mean?
been hanging low, dude. Both shows. Sorry.
Were you a smoker when you?
Nah, bro.
Never,
like,
huh?
I could not get into it, man. It just,
I never liked smoking either.
I remember the first time I got high in high school, dude. And we were ditching, of course, right? And I was with my homie, and I did a gravity bong. You know,
I
did
remember
a gravity
those.
rep, bro. Right? And bro, I felt like I OD'd, bro. I was like, I was
Oh,
having like
no.
a panic attack.
Oh
I was
no,
I was
it's the
like,
worst.
oh man.
I feel
after
like
that-
once you get to a certain age, if you don't smoke weed, don't hit my blunt because I don't want to deal with that. Like, don't
I don't
panic
smoke weed.
out.
I don't like
Don't
weed.
kill me high. If you're a panicker, Just please don't smoke weed.
Well, I never panicked on weed though, but I get so tired I just want to go to sleep. It's like the party's over. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I actually like smoking weed. Like before I do anything. Like if I'm gonna clean the house, I'll smoke weed.
We
If
can
I'm gonna
tell.
go to the fair, I'm gonna smoke
I
weed.
would have never thought
If I'm
that.
gonna do this, I'm gonna smoke weed. If
You're
I got a
functioning.
parent conference, bitch, I'm gonna smoke weed.
Yeah.
You're a functioning pothead.
I am. I have to smoke before especially if we're gonna go eat something. If
That's
I have
gonna
to
be a
eat-
clip right there.
bro.
Like if
That's
you
gonna
have
be a
to-
clip. Before I
If
can't
you
do anything
wanna-
without smoking.
If you want to make me go eat something, because I like fast during the day, I'll fast all day because when I eat, I get tired.
And then what are you gonna do? Smoke 2 joints
Smoke.
in the morning.
By the time, am I right or am I not? Once you're so hungry and you've reached the point of like no return, which means to me
She's ready to
that you're
fight.
not even hungry no more. You're just like, I've gone
What's
all
the
day
point of
without
no
eating.
return?
What's the fucking point
That
of
she's
eating
ready to
right
fight
now?
because she's so hungry.
You're hangry.
So at that point, I have to smoke weed to get hungry. So that's usually at nighttime. So I smoke weed at nighttime. I smoke weed. I get hungry. I eat, and then I go mimi. And then in the morning, I wake up and go to the gym. So like, yeah, that's just my. And then I'll smoke weed.
Look at the chat.
And I'll I know.
It's getting
I know.
a little rowdy in the chat.
And then I smoke weed.
Let's be correct. Let's be politically correct.
What does it say? Oh, Rico who? Ah.
Y'all be nice out there.
Hey, he's the new Rico. See, it's not
No.
even
I'm
me.
not. I'm not a new
He
anybody.
is not Rico.
I'm not a new
It's not
anybody.
even
But
me.
let's
If
be
anybody
nice.
took his spot, it was him.
if he
He's the new black guy. He's the new black guy. I'm not a black guy.
Let's be nice. Let's be nice.
I'm nice.
Let's be nice. Y'all in the
he's
chat. Let's be nice.
I'm super nice.
Hey,
There's not a new anybody.
That shit is
I am
funny.
me.
Yes, we're just making it do what it do over here.
Look.
We are going to be nice.
I am nice. I'm always nice.
Not you. I'm talking to the chat.
The chat's like Rico who?
I am me, but Rico is his own individual. He is no longer here, and that's all there is. There's nothing else to talk shit about. Rico's a solid dude.
Welcome,
He's just not here.
Marquise.
That's it. Yeah, we're gonna be nice, y'all. Yes.
Manny's like, who the fuck is what?
Literally.
What are we doing? I thought this was about me.
So I'm-
No, honestly, because we were talking about weed, and I really don't really get high. There's been a couple
You said really, so that means you do.
no
At times.
no. Well, when I used to fight,
Okay.
right? When I was really fucked up and beat up, I would like either like an edible or I would smoke.
Oh, edibles will fuck you up.
Oh, bro,
And then if you drink with an
a
edible,
whole nother kind of.
oh
fuck
my
up, too.
We
gosh.
fucked up for days off of edible.
dude, bro.
Especially because you get the munchies. It's like so dangerous to have brownies and cookies because, oh my God.
If you
You'll get
do
the
an edible
munchies
and
and then
drink,
you'll
it's
want
a
to eat
problem.
the same fucking edible.
Shout
do
out.
edible and drink, it's two
Shout
opposites.
out, no remorse. You're killing me, dude. I'm dying right now.
Oh,
Sorry.
No, but I remember one time I was high, dude. I was with my cousins and we went to Baker's, and I just remember I was like, I was like, oh my god,
Grubbing.
the best burger ever. I was like, oh my god, food just tastes that much
It's
better.
the best to
Oh
smoke
my
before you eat.
God, bro. Oh,
Because she's so happy talking
Food's
about
just
this.
not the same if you don't
She's supposed to have a smoke podcast right now, huh?
Hey, I'm excited. We're gonna do that smoke event though. We're gonna try stuff. So we're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
do an event where we're all gonna try like weed.
You might as well come. We can be the,
Oh
be
my
the
God,
bodyguard.
Manny, just come.
No, just come just to chill. It's
Just
gonna be
come
dope.
Just to chill with
To be
us.
in
You don't have to eat
Hollywood.
nothing.
Where?
So
When?
so June 28th, I just got invited. The whole Howls over Baaz crew got invited to an event. It's like a weed event. I don't it's not nothing crazy for me. I don't
Yeah.
care about weed either. But it's cool because we have like a lot of there's like 800 people going. It's something crazy. So it's supposed to be dope.
It just come by.
There'll
I
be
mean,
there'll be like
to say you went, you know.
half naked girls there.
But you
got
gotta,
him.
Oh yeah,
I got
definitely
it.
not guard. Definitely not
but you gotta smoke though. You gotta smoke.
I'm there. No, I can't. Yeah, no, I can't. I have a good job where we get randoms and I can't. Yeah.
But it's legal now, so you can't get in trouble for it. You can't get fired for smoking weed
Well,
now.
Yeah, because I work for a federal department. You know what I mean?
I feel like also when you're not a pothead at a certain time and phase in your life, you're just not a pothead.
Yeah, nah.
You don't gotta be a
You, just,
pothead
you
to
can't
smoke.
become a
You
pothead.
can,
That's
you,
true.
you can just smoke on occasions
Yeah.
because you know it might relax you, it might soothe you.
Dude, you just like arguing.
You know what it is? It's just men are right. Men are always right. She doesn't like that men are right.
That's
That's what you guys are like. Men are always right.
Look,
We've been
Well,
doing this
I will
to
say
them,
that I
man.
am wrong sometimes,
Wait,
but in
no,
this
wait.
case,
Nope.
I'm not.
I just have something to say.
I'm
I have
listening.
something to
I'm
say.
listening.
Are you guys both listening?
Let's get it, Maddie.
Let's go.
Jacob,
Huh.
kiss my ass, both of you.
Hey,
That was rude as fuck.
that was very rude. Right?
Respectfully.
Damn.
Is it better?
I thought we said we was gonna be nice today.
I'm like, all right,
Is it
fuck
better?
it. That's
Is
what
it
I
better
do.
if I say respectfully after?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, then kiss my ass respectfully.
It makes it more disrespectful, but
I don't
it's
like
better.
to be. I don't like to do it respectfully though. Let's be disrespectful.
No. Look, guys. Whatever.
You
Anyways,
girls just get mad because we always get you. We always make it cook over here on this end. You know what I mean? We always win.
I'm just gonna roll my eyes. And,
Hey, did we
move
cook?
forward.
We cooked them last week.
No.
We cooked
Oh,
you girls
man.
last week. Come on, man.
Hold on, I don't
Manny's
know.
gonna jump in on this one.
I don't know
now.
who No Remorse is, but I'm not the new guy. I'm Ambition. Let's clear that up, okay? I am Ambition. I'm not the new guy. I have a name.
Manny, do you have anything that is perhaps something that you're working on that's coming up? Like something big, like maybe what are they called? Like when you guys fight
Tournaments,
yes,
uh,
like stuff like
When
that.
do you guys fight?
Well, I mean, there's always like jiu-jitsu tournaments, and we have about 20 amateur fighters that fight amateur, and we have about another 20, 30 really good pros. You know what I mean? But in terms of I normally work weekends, so I can't be calling off work all the time to fucking go to these events. You know what I mean? But I mean, I can. I do what I want, but I just when you're in the scene for so long and you're always like at these events. For some people, it's like, oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, you're just chilling.
And I'm just like, people getting knocked out. I'm like, huh? Like, oh, that was a good knockout. You know what I mean? But yeah, no.
He's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah,
you
It's
know?
kind of like me with clubbing. It's just not.
Hold on, kid in the bed. You can't, nobody can hear you. That's why. Say it
Oh,
again.
I said it's kind of like me with clubbing. It's not the same anymore. I've
'Cause
done
you
it for
club at the wrong
work for.
places.
Yeah, it's the same.
No,
It's the same. Like
I've
fighting
just
and
done
clubbing.
it
You know?
for work for so long.
He's like clubbing and fighting is the same shit.
No, it's definitely
Bruh.
not. It's definitely not. But I mean, like the vibe. You know how when you go to a fight and everybody's just turned up and you're just like, dude, I'm just not there right now. I got shit to do tomorrow.
You need to smoke.
Yeah,
Same-
yeah.
same
We're
like with
turned up
the-
in the locker room.
Yeah, I need to smoke for sure.
Oh, bruh.
So, Manny, if there's somebody who wants to get into fighting, who is really eager about jumping into that realm, what advice would you give them?
It's a lot of sacrifice, a lot of dedication, depending what level you want to take it to. You know what I mean? I just wanted to do it one time and never fight again. That was my original plan. Just to say that it was one of my bucket things, my bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it just turned out that they just kept calling me back, and I just kept going and going. Next thing I know, I'm fighting for a world title, couple world titles, and won a couple world titles, and
Bad motherfucker.
yeah, it worked out for me. I put all my money on me. You know what I mean? Like,
So basically, you're telling them to bet on yourself.
you got to, bro. If you got it, like, but at the time when I quit everything, I had just won like the King of the Cage world title, right? And I was like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna go all in, you know. And I had like a lot of anger, so that's why I had that's why I would cry, right? I would cry like the night before, and then I would cry sometimes on the way to the fucking thing, right? Just not just anger, but I didn't
A
want
lot of nerves, kind of like
I
emotions.
didn't want to let nobody down.
Mm.
Do you feel like you got all that out now? All that anger, all that like.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got it out, huh? You're like, fuck, I just beat the shit out of people, give us some concussions.
Yeah,
No, I'm cool.
Yeah, it was fun, man. Then you show up to clubs, they're paying you. They're giving you. I'm going to Vegas,
Yeah.
bro. They're paying me to show up at like the Ghost Bar, the Voodoo. I have a guest list of like 50, bro. They're giving me free bottles.
I mean, they're not gonna tell you no. You're gonna smack the shit out of somebody. What they gonna tell you no for?
But it was at that level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're giving me free bottles, free. You know what I mean? Like who am I, bro? I'm a little fucking Mexican.
Manny Tapia.
You're the shit,
yeah.
dude.
Well, I
Champ is here.
I was. We're all somebody,
Right.
right? You could be a role model to somebody you don't even know it. Cat could be a role model to somebody. Everybody in here touches lives in one way or another. You might not realize that,
Yeah.
right? And Molly might never realize that, but everybody here has an impact on somebody.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
When you
That's
were
deep.
when
That's
you were
deep shit right
fighting,
there. That's purpose.
because you mentioned it a couple times that you felt like you didn't want to let anyone down. Do you feel like it was more pressure than an outlet for you
Ooh, shit, girl.
when you were fighting?
Woo! Mel with that fire.
Dude. So, I never looked at video of people that I was gonna fight. I was always like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna fuck them up.
Yeah.
That was my mentality.
So you never really studied your fighters that you were fighting.
Nah, I didn't care. Like people will be like,
You just
"Oh my
wanted.
god, you're fighting so and so." I'm like, "Who's that?"
You're like,
Yeah, I
you're
mean,
like,
I
guess.
signed it, but I don't really know who that is. Like, dude, I didn't care, and I still don't really keep up with it. Only today, I just keep up with some of my people.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't really watch the UFC.
You know, that's funny. A lot of fighters don't even watch UFC like
Yeah,
that.
I really don't even watch.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like when I was training hardcore, I didn't even really pay attention to the UFC. Like I was just training. Like it was fun. You know what I mean?
You had more tunnel vision. Like you were just going in, being you, your style, and that was it.
That was it. And then when I fought for the UFC, the WEC world title, my trainer Romy was just like, "Hey, we gotta do this, do that," and man,
Took off.
He should have just let me do me. You know what I mean?
But Millennia has stood like they
Oh.
stood time. Like look at you guys are still around. All the schools, a lot of the schools, they're gone
Worldwide.
now.
Yeah,
They're gone.
Like we're known
So-
around the world.
Is Millennia like up the place that you used to train and now you own it?
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's
Correct.
so cool.
Yeah. I'm at
Making a real
50% of-
difference. I love it.
That's a real level up.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that, for real.
All because my partner believed in me. You know what I mean?
That's all it takes. This is one person.
That's what I'm telling
I'm
you.
product of strangers believing in me. I feel like strangers believe in me sometimes more than people I know, for real.
That's how it always works. It always works that way.
Yeah.
People you don't know will support you quicker than people you do know. It always happens like
That is true. I think that's a true thing. Because like you said, strangers believe in you more sometimes. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we were all kind of strangers here in a sense. You know what I mean? Like to do this shit.
Everybody knows me.
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
Cocky much?
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Where do you see yourself now moving forward, like with the gyms and you're working with the kids? And what do you see up next? What's your next goal you want to
So
accomplish?
I'll be retired from my other job in about 10 years. 9 to 10 years, I'll be out of there. And it's just time to do what my partner's doing. Just go pay more attention to the gym.
In vacation.
And when my fighters fight all over the world,
To go.
I'm going with them.
Nice.
I love that.
For free. You know what I mean? For
Yeah.
the promotion, on the promotion.
Take me with you. I'm good with a camera. Just so
Hey,
you know.
Manny, we have a question.
Hold on,
from-
let's go through the whole chat though
Okay.
first. Instead of doing, let's go through it all first.
No.
So no remorse. No remorse. We have LOL, mad I can't help myself. Rico, cool. He's a cool guy, but I like
Hold
the
on. Go to
engagement
the
and
very
interaction.
very top though.
Oh, we haven't done those?
No, we haven't done
it's
any
not.
of them.
It's not a question.
I can't see them.
It's not a question. You
it's
could
mo-
just go from that one that you read and then go down.
So we're starting from Monique. She said, "Where's Rico?" With St. John's Gaming. We got the muscle hands. We got Howls over Baaz. He's gone. He didn't pull his weight. Ooh. And then we got no remorse. Yo Momo. And then we got no remorse. Rico who? We got no remorse. LOL, my bad. I can't help myself. Rico is a cool guy, but I like the engagement and interaction with the new homie. St. John's Gaming 100. We have no remorse. Bet got it fire on point for sure. Hold on just a minute, guys. And then we have How's over Baaz. Make sure y'all leave a like. And then we have no remorse 951. What is your most challenging fight that you really felt the most pain?
Well, that's a good one. The most pain. Like,
Pain in what sense?
like I guess like you felt like
Physical.
where it
Maybe
fucking hurt.
Or mental. I don't know.
physically,
Yeah.
that maybe the fight that you felt like damn on.
Oh, the one I was just talking about when I actually it was pain because that was my first loss ever. You know what I mean? I was undefeated for 9 years.
Damn, dude. I didn't even know that. 9 years.
And then I fought at the time. I guess I'll fight him again right now. But he's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. You know.
I'll fight him right now.
Run it back.
At the time, he was pound for pound like number 2 or 3 in the world. It was like Jose Aldo, Anderson Silva.
Oh,
and then,
damn. Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm Miguel Torres, he was like
Oh, shit.
44-1, and my record I was like 9-0 or whatever. Right, I'm telling you, I'm that guy. I was very injury prone, so I would like fight whatever, and I'll get hurt in practice, and then knee surgery,
Oh no.
ankle surgery, another ankle surgery,
Damn.
No.
another ankle surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All fighters, they never fight 100%. So when you see
Yeah.
these fighters out there,
I
you
don't-
think they're
can't
going to come in
watch-
all
Like your
100%?
body.
No,
I
they're
can't watch
fucked up.
cage fighting. The last fight I watched, I think it was Anderson Silva fight when he got kicked in the shin.
Oh,
That took me over. I was like, I will never.
That was brutal,
I
man. That
cannot.
was brutal.
I cannot. I can't do broken bones. I can watch boxing. Don't get me
You
wrong.
know, I
watch
broken a lot of
boxing.
bones. I never broken my bones fighting.
That's
some
brutal,
crazy
huh?
shit.
When you see
Always
the
doing
bone
dumb
pop
shit.
I
out.
you know?
cannot. It's
to me,
Yeah,
it was
no,
always
that's a lot.
practice when I got hurt. It was
Practice.
always
Talk about
Damn,
practice.
that sucks.
practice. In the
Sheesh.
fights, I never. But that fight hurt me mentally, and that's the worst hurt you could feel.
Yeah.
Physical's fucking a la verga.
Because it fucks
Yeah.
you up, like, even in everything. It kind of
you
like
know what I mean?
takes you to a different
Yeah.
realm.
Yeah, but
in your head.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like mentally, bro. If you're not, a lot of times I would win the fight before I even stepped into the cage because I was real good at mind games. You know what I mean? Like when I was like fighting the king of the cage, we would wait in like these other whatever areas, right, or hotels, and I would like walk in with like fucking an In-N-Out bag and a fucking shake.
In-N-Out bag is crazy.
Me wanting to eat. Me, I was starving too, but they didn't know. I'm just making it, pretending to fucking take slurp, pretending to drink out of the milkshake or whatever, and
fucking with their head.
Mind games.
Yeah, and they're like fucking over there trying to struggling to cut weight and shit, and I'm just like,
Damn, that's dope. I didn't know you were doing that
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
That's
bro.
fucking hilarious.
Intimidation.
I like that shit.
A mental tactic.
Mind games.
it's all mental, bro. If you could win the fight mentally, you've already kind
Yeah.
of won, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, when I lost that fight, I was just not physical pain. All my pain was always like emotional pain, because I was like, oh, I lost. Like, I let
Emotional damage.
so
Good one.
so yeah, like I was like, fuck, I let these people down, right? I let you're at top of the world, and then you fucking boom, you know what I mean?
So it sounds like when you were fighting, you were kind of fighting for everyone else. That's kind of
It kinda
to a
ended
certain
up-
degree.
It kind of ended up that way, yeah. And I
'Cause
knew
you didn't want to let nobody down.
nah, I ain't that dude. You know?
Yeah.
You kind of have that pressure back in the day too, because there's like a handful of people that are doing it like that, and it was crazy because I would see these guys, you know, and there's like only a handful doing it, and especially like doing it the level he was doing it was a whole nother level, right? So it's like all the pressure's on him, like it's almost like millennia's on him, like
Everybody, bro.
everybody's on, everything's on his shoulders, like the whole the rise of that school is on his shoulders.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what
The
he
whole
felt.
world is watching.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So it's like the school can succeed to a whole nother level
It's like, fuck.
on him.
Yeah.
You're like the
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
wild.
Yeah. Definitely.
Especially back then. Like there was no social media or none of that shit. Like everything was just focused on this
Yeah.
dude. You know, like that's just wild.
Yeah, it's not a team sport where you have like 12 people in there. You got, you know what I mean? Like when you're watching the UFC, you're just watching that person.
Walk
boxing,
in, yeah.
you're fighting that person. You know what I mean? That's why you see it's not that they're hurt. It's why it's just they're emotional because they feel they let people down. You know what I mean? It's not, oh, I'm hurt. Oh, nah, fucking this shit don't hurt, bro.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Do it again.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
Spar-
bring it.
run it up.
A lot of the times,
Yeah.
sparring is
Right, bro.
worse than the fight.
Oh, yeah.
Sparring is
Oh.
worse than the fucking fight a lot of the
Yeah,
times.
Well, yeah, you're just fighting like.
I don't know. I used to play body shots. Is that the same? Like body shots, bitch, and then don't hit my face, bitch. And then, you know, if you hit my face, I can hit your face back.
She's getting
But that was
gangster.
sparring
Here we
for
go. You used to really do that?
Yes.
I kind of see you doing that
Yeah,
shit.
slap
Please.
box. That's fun. Yeah.
Body shots. That's what it was called.
Where did they hit you at?
The body
Where
body
though?
shots.
Where?
The tit, the chest.
Oh, the tit. The tit you got hit?
You know,
Yeah.
it's arm length to your
Was it for like, was it for paid or was it for pleasure then?
was
Like,
just to
damn.
fuck around. I feel like a lot of the times it was just to size people up. See, you know? Just for fun.
Intimidation.
Yeah.
Intimidation.
So were these guys hitting you or women?
I know, what the fuck is going on over here?
Whoever you wanted to stop.
What were they hitting though? Like, what were...
Well, at the time, it was my homegirl. and we would box.
Because the way you took that deep breath was like it was a guy hitting on you.
Well, it's because I've had both guys and girls swing at me.
Oh, shit.
Fair game every time.
Body shot from a guy is crazy.
No, not body shots. It's called domestic violence.
That is.
Oh,
That's exactly what that is.
It's called domestic violence.
That's exactly what that
A
is.
bitch didn't let nobody just hit me like
Damn.
Nah,
Talking
you
about
took that
fighting,
and
she's
kept
getting
going.
all gangster over here. Like the old school,
I mean,
the old school
Hey, is it
chola.
true
right
though?
now.
Isn't it true that when people like go watch a fight and they leave the fight, they end up leaving like all like turned up and like ready to fight each other?
It happens a lot.
Yeah, right. Like they get all like in the
Adrenaline.
zone.
The
Yeah.
adrenaline's still going.
And then you know, they're
And then,
drunk.
yeah,
and
the
then,
beer balls gets involved.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, and then
Beer
like, let's say you're fighting. Let's say we're fighting each other. He's your fan. You're his fan. You're my fan. And then now we're talking shit. You just happen to be sitting next to each other, like, oh yeah,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
yeah, my boy's.
Especially in the smokers back in the
bro.
day.
Any
Smokers
fight.
would turn to huge riots.
Even the UFCs, you know what I mean? Like you just see people in the crowd like, pop, pop, pop,
Yeah.
pop, pop, pop.
Like everybody's in the mood to fight.
Yeah, because you're like, that's my cousin, bro. Oh yeah, your
There
cousin
was- there-
sucks, bro. You know what I mean?
my brother had a smokers, and that shit was fucking like, he had a great smokers, and it was I don't remember what school it was that he fought against, but they thought he was gonna win. Jamie was in his corner that day, and Mighty Mo, and I was in the crowd, and I'm like sitting there like it's my brother's first fight, so I'm like fucking freaking out, like holy shit, my little brother, you know what I'm saying? So he comes out, and the dude had way more fights than him. They tried to lie. Jamie was like, I don't give a fuck. You're gonna beat him anyway. So my brother goes out and fights him. And my brother's like, you know, he's breathing hard and
Oh
shit.
man, he probably burned himself out. The
But
adrenaline, bro.
But he ended up winning. So he said he looked over the side and Mighty Mo was like this.
Yeah.
Tell him to breathe, like breathe. So he said he calmed down.
Relax,
He comes
relax.
back out. Boom, he head kicked him, spun the dude, right? My brother was bigger from the bottom down. Like his legs were big and the dude was bigger from the top up. But he had way more experience. But my brother won. He ended up beating him in the fight, right? Right after that fight happened, like after it was over, everybody in the crowd started fighting. Like, whoa, everybody's fighting in the crowd, dude. And it was a big one. It was a huge crowd. And I was just like, when my brother came up there with a trophy, fucking threw it up. Like, it was one of the coolest things. Because it was his first fight, you know? I was so proud of his ass, but...
Oh, of course, man.
Yeah, I was
You're
like-
more, you're more nervous than probably he was.
Dude, I was literally like freaking the fuck out right there, you know? And I didn't even give a fuck about the fight. I was still looking at him. Like everybody's fighting out around me. And I'm just like, fuck yeah, Mike. And he throws a trophy up. And I'm like, yeah, it was so dope. His first smokers. It was dope.
But that's what it is. Like when I see my little nephew fight, or
You
when
know.
I see some of my I get like I didn't feel like that when I was gonna fight. When I was gonna fight, I felt like how I feel right now. I feel like normal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I was gonna ask you, do you have family of your own that is also in training or MMA?
Yeah, I
Fighting.
have two nephews through
Oh, okay.
through marriage when I was married, but they ended up staying with me. They're still my
course.
nephews. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Like-
definitely.
like, yeah, but yeah, I was married, divorced, right? But their nephews. This is a funny story, bro. You know, I can't even say this story because this would. Victor, remember I was telling you when I was like, we met in the restroom when my ex brother-in-law at Sandra's party. I was like,
Oh, yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
Remember, he was a fan, right? And he saw me at the bathroom in Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever, yada yada yada. And he's a creep, bro. He's a creep, bro. He's a creep, bro. I just hear somebody breathing like. You're like, all right, bro. And then he's like, I know you, bro. I know you. And I'm like, you don't know me, bro. Right? And now we're washing our hands or whatever. He said, no, I know you. I'm like, you don't know me, bro. He's like, you're Manny Tapia. And I was like, oh shit, no, he doesn't know
He
me.
does know.
Yeah. So yeah, I was. Hey,
Now
man,
I forgot.
yeah. Next thing I know, I told him, hey, Abdul, I have a gym down the street, yada, yada, yada. And he showed up that week. Next thing I know, I got married, but his sons were my nephews.
Oh, shit.
nice.
So,
Damn, that's cool, man.
Do they still train, or do they train with you, or go to your gym? They do.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
good.
national champions.
It's
man,
literally right
both
down the
of them.
street. It's literally down the street from here.
Oh, his gym.
Yeah.
Your gym.
Yeah.
It's been there forever, like literally a long ass time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Made it through COVID. Made
Yeah.
it through
Nice.
a bunch of.
How was it during COVID during that time?
Yeah.
They're rough, bro.
Yeah.
We had to fucking get trash bags and fucking
Cover the walls and shit.
bro. Yeah.
Who was coming? Was it more jiu-jitsu guys or was it kickboxers?
Everybody.
Oh, everybody still.
Yeah.
Damn, that's dope.
Everybody. It was cool. You know what I mean? COVID broke a lot of businesses,
Yeah.
and we actually profited from that.
So did we, actually.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like we stayed. We're rowdy, bro. We're breaking the rules, bro. We're like, yeah. Don't say that. We were. You know? You know what I mean, I ain't no little. Yeah, bro.
I was outside. I'm not gonna lie.
So was I.
I was
Fuck yeah.
outside.
I was
don't
in
give
the
a fuck.
mountains a lot. I'm a mountain baby. I love hiking in the fucking creeks and driving through Kern River. Fucking love that shit. That's where I was.
I was still out there partying. I was just barely. No, I was married still. Never mind. But I was still out there. I go.
He was COVID friendly.
He's gonna expose himself. He said, "Hold on,
And
I'm
I'm really
gonna
mad.
say too
Take it
much.
back.
Let me hold on real quick."
I was married. So everything was a lie. Everything I said was a lie, guys.
All of a sudden,
Never mind. I was at home.
What a dog.
Dang.
Is there a dog sound back there, Bernice?
There is none. Only wolves. Only wolves.
Roof, roof, roof.
Give him the wolf. Yeah, there
There
it
it is, bro. There it is.
Pinches perros.
is.
We have some comments. We have some comments. You guys want to read those?
Yeah, go.
We have, what about the time that you got your bell rung? Did it affect you more mentally? I've got mine wrong. So we kind of answered that, right?
Yeah, he kind of answered that one.
Okay. And then what MMA is a major league sport. So I'd like to hear the inside story in your mind. What is your next fight planning?
Well, I'm
Retired, kind of.
currently retired, right? And I just help. Well, my partner Romy, he's like the one that goes and travels with all their fighters, and he's the one that prepares them. And I can't take no credit for that because that ain't me. You know what I mean? I have another little side hustle that I do, right? Another job, a 9 to 5, right? Should I say, right? But
Romy's a good dude.
He's Superman.
Romy,
way.
Romy's a
That's
really
what he
good
does.
yeah, he's
Shout out to Romy, man,
yeah,
for real.
that's my partner. Right there, dude.
I would see him at like some bars and stuff back in the day.
Oh, bro.
And he was the nicest guy. Like dudes wanted to fight him at the bars, right? And I was like, "That's Romy." And I would roll up all young and shit, and I'd be like, "Romy, what's up?" And I go, "You guys want to fight him? You guys are stupid as fuck. He'll destroy all of you." And Romy be smiling like, "Stop. He kind of wanted to fight him." Like I was like, "No, I swear to God, you don't know who this fucking guy is. He'll beat the shit out of every single one of you." and they'd be kind of looking like this, and Romy would just be smiling at me. Like this happened like 2 or 3 times too, actually. The second half, actually.
He broke up a lot of fights, bro.
Yeah, because and I'd be like, "This is Romy. You don't know who the fuck this guy is. You guys are idiots. You guys will literally be destroyed."
Look at his ears, bro. Look at his ears, bro.
literally.
And Romy's like, "How do you know me?" Because I was so young back then. He didn't, you know what I mean? He
¿Qué
didn't
tenían
remember.
los ears?
Cauliflower.
Yeah,
Cauliflowers. From like grappling and
I'd always use the pins on my ears. Like, only this one's kind of fucked up, but you can't really
Pins?
tell. Do you put safety pins on it and like hold it, and it hurts like shit.
Oh, to keep the
Yeah,
blood.
and so I would keep it because especially it would always happen to this side for whatever reason.
yeah.
So I wouldn't get a cauliflower that bad. One time it kind of got bad, and then I popped that shit, and then I put safety pin on it, and it would hurt so bad. I had safety pins all around this ear. My brother's ear is kind of fucked up on one of them more than other. Like he can't even hear that good. He said out of that one.
Yeah. Don't you have to get them drained if it gets like
Yeah,
so
he's
bad?
had to get him drained, but I just had my ex drain him back in the day when I was doing
How
it.
do they do that?
She
That
just fucking
sounds
pops
painful.
that shit. Yeah,
Oh, what? Oh, syringe.
syringe too. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that shit hurts bad.
This shit sounds diabolical.
Yeah.
Like this, you can only
Painful.
see if you look at both ears on mine.
Why do some people just leave it? Why?
Because it's kind of, I guess they didn't give a fuck back in the day. All you gotta do is wear his ear guards.
They like how it looks.
If you wear ear
Yeah,
guards,
like-
Hey, bro, that's a trophy, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Battle
a trophy.
scars.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Like if
Makes
you
sense.
you can wear ear guards, like you can wear ear guards when it starts hurting, and then it just kind of stops hurting for a little bit, and then you go back. But back then you're kind of being a little bitch if you wear ear guards. So
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, you're wearing ear guards."
It's
you know?
like now on baddies, they put on the mouth guards before they go on there and fight.
No.
Well, we still wear mouth
yeah,
guards.
they Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so there's this show called Baddies where like all kinds of bitches fight each other.
And
they
that show
literally-
it's a lot.
It's
They
trash
literally-
TV
It's
for
a
sure.
lot.
They literally go like ready with the mouth
like
with
that
the
show,
mouth
huh?
guards. I
That's
fucking love that
crazy.
show.
Why do you like it? Because you like drama.
On
huh?
Sundays,
Toxic as fuck.
it's Baddies
Toxic.
Toxic.
So my kids be watching it in the next room.
Thursday's baddies night.
I'm like, turn that mess down. It's just too much for me. It's too much energy.
It's a lot going
Sundays
on.
Like,
is reserved
It
for
really
baddies.
is.
cannot.
So
Sorry.
you like toxic stuff, huh?
Yeah, that's in her
Yeah.
nature.
You like to be toxic?
Yeah, because in real life I'm not toxic.
Oh.
In my mind, I like to like be like, oh, that bitch fucked her up. You know, but
She's lying to y'all.
I am lying.
Tell
lying.
him, tell him.
I'm
How come you didn't
toxic.
play?
She's the
How come you didn't play
epitome
a
of
song on
toxic.
that, John? Why the fuck you lying? Why did you do that? What the fuck's going on here, man?
Ernest loves me. No, but anyway, though, yeah, baddies. They go on with mouth guards.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy too, though, because I have braces, and so they give me like ideas. Like I need to get a mouth guard.
Ideas.
Mouth
I need
guard,
mouth guard.
Vaseline, hair
she
ties.
needs, yeah.
I need a mouth guard for sure
The
for my
the
mouth,
quiet, what is it? The non-toxic one.
because I'm non-toxic.
You're
But you
toxic.
need a mouth
You're
guard.
definitely.
But you need a mouth guard and all that.
No. I was lying. I sure am toxic, but I'm working on it. I have therapy every week, and I have a group of
counselor says I'm
professionals.
My therapist says I'm straight. I'm on the right path.
My
I'm on the right
therapist
fucking path
says-
right now.
My therapist says, "Fuck bitches, get money."
Your
That's what my
therapist is like,
therapist
hey, baby, why don't you just
You
come?
can definitely do that and get money.
I like my
Those are
therapist.
facts.
What? What you say? You know what? West Side. Anyway, yeah. So.
There's a question for Manny on there.
Okay, there's a question. Let's see.
For Manny.
Crazy
Yo,
question.
There's a
Like,
crazy question for Manny. Yo, okay, why did you retire? For business or for health? Toxic, ha ha ha.
It just
Toxic.
it became like a job. It started becoming like a job. You know, like I think I went over that earlier,
Yeah.
right? Like I could hear the crowd, and you even I think Ryan Garcia just spoke about this in his last fight. He's like, I heard it was like a sparring match. He said when it was
Yeah.
in there. So it like stopped becoming fun, right? But if I were to do it all over again, dude, I would like just enjoy the moment. You know what I mean? I was always like so like fucking like I'm gonna kill this guy.
focus.
That's probably made you win,
Yeah,
though.
I'm
Like
gonna
low key,
eat, I'm gonna
that's
eat,
probably what made
I'm
you
gonna eat.
win, though. You know what I mean?
Well,
Being a fucking animal.
yeah.
You still have that in you.
How do you know? How do you know? How do you know you got it?
Because you could tell that picture you posted of him on the story of him being like, rah, that shit's still in there. But it's
Look at
like
look at he's
selective.
like it is, baby.
It's
For real.
selective. It's selective now. It's out when it's needed, probably.
He's I just keep that for the bedroom
Hey,
now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the first.
OMG, Jacob always has to take it there. No.
I'm
He's
the,
like, I keep it for the bedroom now. You know what I'm
ninja.
saying?
yeah, I'm the first one that's gonna hide under the table if something happens, bro. I'm gonna hide.
Anyways,
I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna be the first one to hide and run. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of people, but yeah,
If you could tell the younger generation, if you could say something to the younger generation, what would you say to them?
Dream, believe, and do what it takes to make it happen, bro.
There you go. Why are you laughing?
no, I was because we got a comment at the same exact time.
OMG, where's Rico? At his house, probably. At Leo's.
My bad. Hold on. Say that one more time because I read the freaking thing at the same time. This is the chat is being stupid right
But
now.
it's the
That's
truth, man. You dream it, believe it could happen, and then you do what it takes to make it happen. You gotta grind, bro.
You gotta go get it.
Yep.
Make it happen.
Yep.
Make it work.
That's where the whole struggle and all that comes into play, because it's not gonna be that easy.
Dude, Manny, so grateful that you fucking came by today.
Thank you.
It was a last
Yes.
minute thing and you just pulled through. You're the shit. Thank you.
I'm alright, bro.
Fucking refreshing. Breath
the
of
man,
fresh
Rico.
air.
Man.
Sheesh.
We appreciate. Damn, we went way over too, but it's all good.
I owe you one, by the way.
We appreciate you coming on, man.
Got you guys,
Do the
bro.
shed the sheet.
Yes,
Hey,
definitely.
when I met you guys were awesome, bro. You guys,
We're gonna keep this flowing too. Let's keep it flowing.
Manny,
Let's
who's
do
your
it.
homegirl?
You're my homegirl.
Yeah, you're your homegirl. Okay.
You,
So our
you seek
slogan-
validation, huh? I'm just playing. I'm just
Here
playing.
he goes.
These girls, we need to have a talk with them about to get this validation. You know.
Do not beat me up after this is over.
I'm gonna kick you in the shin accidentally. Anyways, so our slogan is "Shed the sheep." We're gonna look at that camera on the count of 3. This one right here, and say "Shed the sheep." Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Shed the sheep. Howls over Baaz. I'm Jacob Casas.
This is Ambition.
Cat baby.
Melanie.
Manny Tapia,
Yes, baby.
We appreciate you coming on, man.
angler.
I love it, man. Love it. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Come on, like that video. And we are out. Peace.
Peace.